Coming up, we'll be on location in Fredericksburg, Virginia at Undeniably You Life Coaching, discussing the benefits of a transformational life coach and how they can help you overcome life's obstacles and challenges and improve your overall health, wellness, career, and life with one of this region's top transformational life coaches, Miranda Lewis. Welcome, Miranda. It's a pleasure having you on our program today.
Thank you so much, Rocco. This is fabulous. I am so excited to be here with you.
Well, we have a lot to talk about, and I wanted to start right off the bat. Certainly you are recognized, Miranda, as a top transformational life coach throughout the Virginia region and even beyond, for that matter. And you help so many folks, and you've established a reputation for excellence in helping your clients overcome obstacles, challenges, improve their lives, improve their overall health and wellness, mindset, career, even helping them in their careers, not to mention just transforming them through their lives and help them achieve and obtain all that they ever wanted. And I wanted to ask you, if I may, to begin by please telling us about the vision that you have behind your practice in helping so many folks.
Rocco, I help people who feel as though they are stuck in a rut, spinning their wheels, trying the same things over and over in order to never reach or achieve the goals that they're trying to set for themselves. And this is where I focus, helping people realize that you can, in fact, change one or two minor things in your life to reach your biggest, best, most amazing life.
Well, we are, like you're right, as far as folks, so many times we hit that point in our lives that we just feel stuck, frustrated, right?
Absolutely.
Almost helpless, if I may use that word. And that is where we need some help. We need to be open to look at ourselves and examine ourselves and say, hey, you know what? I have the ability, the talent, the wherewithal to be who I want to be and achieve and get to where I want to get to in life, but I may need some help getting there. And that's where someone like yourself comes in, who is an expert in helping folks achieve and transform themselves into what they desire.
Absolutely.
Now, what are some of the issues or problems, Miranda, that you focus on at your coaching practice that people seem to be experiencing in their personal and professional lives, for that matter?
I focus on working through the four domains of health and well-being, love and relationships, time and money freedom, and vocation, and helping people to see that where they feel limited or constrained through societal expectations or just their own mental blocks, that is not where their life stops. I help them break through and recognize that truly their future is unbounded.
Absolutely, Miranda. And I wanted to ask you, just as a little backdrop, on these moments where we get stuck and frustrated, and what would you say, with your years of experience and expertise in helping so many folks as you've done, what do you feel are some of the primary reasons or issues behind reaching that point in life, which so many of us hit at some point or another?
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Rocco, the number one reason is simply living in this world that tells us if you want this or that, you have to do this special thing. You have to have all of these assets and prescribed notions and things lined up and ready to go. For example, for 40 years I told myself I want to learn to fly, but I have to get all the money and the time ready to start that. When I didn't, all I had to do was take a step and start taking lessons. And I'm starting to live my dream, part of my dream, of learning to fly right now.
Good for you. And you're absolutely right. A lot of times it's just taking that first step.
Yes.
What we do is we try to already go from A to Z and say, oh my God, there's a lot of steps in between. Well, how about you go to B first and then step
Absolutely.
C, right?
Absolutely.
You got to walk before you can run to
True.
achieve what we want to achieve, right? In many cases.
Absolutely. And you don't have to know the how. The middle will work itself out.
That's right. I truly believe that. Well said, Miranda. And is there a typical characteristic or personality trait in people that can facilitate these types of issues to occur in our lives based on your experience?
Certainly, and it's a natural human instinct to live within what I call condition-based or common hour thinking. Again, believing that there's a certain way that things have to happen and I have to have every step worked out before I take step one. It's natural for us, but it's absolutely not the case. We simply have to recognize that thoughts create feelings, feelings create actions, actions create results. I call it the results formula. And truly, that is the key. Most people think that they feel the way they do because of their results. It's absolutely the other way around.
I totally agree with that as well. And that simple phrase you just mentioned, that 4-step phrase, is so true.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. Now, I also wanted to ask you, Miranda, if you could be kind enough to please tell us about the evaluation process that your clients will go through, to help them correctly identify the specific issue or issues they're dealing with and how to kind of guide them with a roadmap, if I may use that term, with you coaching them to get to where they want in their lives.
Certainly. Typically, a client or prospective client will attend or view one of my workshops where I touch on the first 3 steps of the Dream Builder program. When that message resonates with attendees, then we will schedule a one-on-one strategy session where we can delve deeper and really begin to work out and design a more detailed and specified, customized plan for how somebody can truly explore and achieve and live that life they absolutely love.
Absolutely, and you're so right, because we may have some of the same overlapping issues with each other here in society, but at the same time, we're all different.
Yes.
And that's where the customization of the appropriate plan is so vital, as you just touched on a moment ago, because we're all different. And what works for Mary may not work for John, and vice versa.
True.
Right?
Absolutely.
Miranda, what would you say are some of the most effective strategies available to help folks address some of these issues? In other words, the various tools in your toolbox, if I may use that term, that you utilize and have expertise in helping customize the appropriate plan to help each of your clients achieve their dreams.
I use several program formats, predominantly Dream Builder, which is the 12-week or 3-month sessions, where we work through the 4 phases of blueprinting, bridging, building, and of course, ultimately, becoming. Now, I also have a life mastery program, as well as several other available programs, depending on what the client is interested in achieving or what I may recommend is the best option for them. I even offer a year-long VIP package because some people want everything I offer and want to commit to that up front.
And how are some of these strategies implemented for your clients?
But again, the program structures are simply frameworks and outlines. What I have clients do is work through series of exercises to help them explore their own life, mental, emotional blockages in order to allow themselves to open their minds and their universe to absolutely unlimited, unbounded potential.
And that is always the big first step, like we touched on earlier.
Yes.
You got to take that first step. You got to realize, hey, I can still get there, but I may need some help. And we all need some help in our lives
Absolutely.
at one point or another.
Absolutely.
And that's where someone like yourself comes in.
Indeed.
And I know the answer to the next question certainly will depend on each person because everyone's different. And when they seek out a coach such as yourself, it truly is a partnership, right? They're working with you
Absolutely.
one-on-one. It's kind of the example or analogy that I've used in the past where someone can guide us to where the water is when we're thirsty, but we still have to lean over and drink it. So it's the same thing here. As far as the results that your clients see, what would you say are some of the more typical outcomes based on the many clients you've helped?
In very broad terms, the most powerful outcome is simply letting go of condition-based thinking and absolutely embracing a vision-based life where we, as we like to say in this industry, where we come from our dream as opposed to struggling to get to our dream. We start with that mental mind picture and emotional state of, I'm already there, so then I allow the vibrations and the harmony of the universe to simply get in line and support me.
Yes, you believe it first.
Absolutely.
It's like the old French philosopher René Descartes said so long ago, I think, therefore I am.
Absolutely.
It all starts with our belief, the mind mastery, as you touched on.
Absolutely, yes. As Henry David Thoreau says
Yes.
in the famous Thoreau Code, if one proceeds confidently in the direction of their dream,
Yes.
and of course all manner of things come to you.
I totally agree with that. It makes perfect sense, Miranda. And again, the next answer, I'm sure, again, depends on which particular level of coaching that your client has chosen to work with you on, and the different options and packages that you offer to help each individual achieve their dreams. But generally speaking, how many sessions would you say are necessary to effectively start resolving some of the issues that people may have?
Absolutely. At the most foundational level, the Dream Builder program is a 12-session, 3-month-long program. And the beauty of this program is when you've enrolled and completed it, you have it in your hands forever. You can go back to it and say, I've got bigger dreams now. I've discovered more. I think I'm going to take myself through this program again. And you can, because you have it.
When you unlock the door with the magical key in your hand, which is through your programs and your expertise, then we always have that within us, because we've achieved that point in our total lives, our holistic, spiritual, mind, body, spirit, from a holistic, integrative perspective, to really take that step to realize, hey, I always will have this in me. Now I realize it. And that was through your program, for example.
Absolutely, because this is a proven, reliable, and most importantly, repeatable system for living a life you absolutely love.
And that actually brings me to my next question. As far as the results that your clients have achieved through your programs and your expertise that are so proven and established, and again, you help folks not only in the Virginia, DC, Maryland region, and even beyond, because you're a virtual, you provide virtual coaching sessions,
indeed.
which means you even were telling me before we started today's interview that you even have clients in Thailand and elsewhere all over the world that you're helping achieve their dreams, Miranda. So I wanted to ask you, are these results permanent? And do you occasionally follow up with them just to see how they are continuing to progress through their lives?
Absolutely. These results are absolutely permanent for those who employ and practice these principles throughout their life, without question. And again, because this is repeatable and it's at your fingertips, you have the program, you come back to it because you feel you want to, no problem. It's all yours. You already have it. Do it again.
Now, Miranda, we're literally out of time, but I wanted to ask you before I let you go, as I touched on earlier in the intro, you've certainly achieved a reputation for excellence. You're a leading transformational life coach. And I just wanted to ask you what you feel helps separate you and your coaching practice from many of the others.
I have to fall back on my results. I have clients who have achieved bigger dreams than they ever thought possible. I have a client who came to me in her mid-60s who had been through a couple of marriages, and part of her life vision was to find a truly reliable and joy-giving life partner. She manifested that partner, and because she had started to design in her mind what the characteristics of that partner were, her mind was open to seeing that person when they came into her life. And she met that person and they were married about a year later. I've had a client who wanted nothing more than to move on from her government financial management work to having her own business, and today she has a thriving family financial planning business. The list goes on, but results are the deal. I am a product of the process myself, and if you could see me 5 years ago, 6 years ago, you would be amazed at the different person who sits before you today.
The Dream Builder program, right?
It is undeniable,
yes,
without question.
It speaks for itself. The results speak for themselves. Your clients love you, and you've certainly achieved a reputation of excellence. That's why we were so proud to have you on with us today. Miranda, educating the community and updating them and letting them know that you can help them unlock the door towards their achieving their dreams through their journeys, through their personal, professional, and spiritual lives, and helping so many folks as you are doing, not only in this region, but all over the world for that matter. So on that note, we'd like to thank you for joining us, being a guest on our program. We'd love to have you back on in the future, Miranda.
Absolutely, I would love to come back.
Our pleasure.
Thank you so much.